Hello everyone, I'm Psychotic, and that's also my screen name. We are back with episode 39 of our Season 2 for Medieval Dynasty. Today we are going to work on insulating some of our village. We're going to work on securing a better, read more, source of fertilizer. We're going to probably go on a mining run, followed by a sales run, at the change of the season for all the stuff that we can get to sell, and then the additional stuff that we make when our iron comes in. But anything else, we'll kind of play by ear like we always do. But if you learn anything useful today, or if you have a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. But without further ado, let's go ahead and load in. Alrighty, here we are loaded in. Let's start out with the fertilizing, or with the insulating. So that is definitely something that we need. There he is. Because we're up to almost 300 limestone, so we really need to get that down. Ooh, and we have some more coins. We all know Psych likes shiny things. But we've got 12 left. I want to say it was like 109. Of course, I couldn't have done like an even 100 or something. So if it was 109 and we have 12 left, then that means that 97 should be enough. No. No. That math is all kinds of broken. Okay, 109 minus 12. No, yeah, that was right. Oh, it's going to be one of those nights, guys. I am so sorry. Alright, so let's take 97 and see if we can do a whole house, huh? So let's see. That means that we need 85. It is 98. 98 limestone will do a whole house. So there's not too much trouble we can get into. It's the last day of summer. So, for one, we're going to get yanked back home if we try to do anything super in-depth. But also, there's not a terrible lot for us to do this season that we haven't already done. We can't do anything about the sale run because we already cleaned out the entire valley. We can't do anything about the mine because we already visited that. We can't do anything about the fields because that's already handled. Like, we're in pretty good shape, to be completely honest. I do want to make sure that they got all the cabbage planted before we rest. And we'll see how far they get on the fields. They should, even if they're not done with the fields, it's not really a big deal because they've got all of next season to get them finished and planted. So, that's not a huge deal. That's why we're not helping with them right now. Alright. So there's 2 more hats for the sale run. I do want to get us some more iron for our sale run as well, though. That's... if we're going to have to hit the mine anyway, and we do need the stone to finish upgrading storages, because we haven't actually done all of the storages yet. Okay, we're in pretty good shape here. Leather for shoes. Let's go ahead and take all of that. And let's see what... okay, baskets, they've still got plenty. Alright. So let's go make them some more shoes. I want to see what they're sitting at on shoes, too. We might have to take some of those with us as well. So we're starting to out-harvest what they're able to produce and sell. We're even starting to outproduce what they're able to sell, which is good, but not ideal. I wanted it as automated as possible, and I think we're going to have to reevaluate some stuff in the near future to get that to work right. Hey, wife.
How are you?
Your mood is high. 76. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do.
How is life treating you?
How's our little kingdom doing? We don't have enough animal feed. We have plenty of animal feed, lady. What's on your mind? I'm bored. Maybe we could do something stupid together. How does starting a cult sound? That sounds amazing. I think she was a perfect wife. The perfect wife. Strong winds damage some of your buildings. That's not a big deal. We don't even have to repair them ourselves. Alright, so we are going to start off... okay, neither of them have a quest for us. So let's go ahead and get him started on the repairs right away, because that's a thing. Alright, he'll get that handled. We're going to let them worry about the cabbage, but we are going to take the rye ourselves. Or the oats, rather. One day I'll remember what I planted. I just like to keep it to where, as it's coming in, it's going out. Basically just in time ordering. Because that is my favorite method of business, and that way you don't have the hidden cost of storage tacked onto your goods, which is always good. Provided you can keep up with just-in-time supply. As that is the problem with running lean like that, is if something happens, i.e. the pandemic that we had, it really throws a monkey wrench into your supply chain because you don't have enough stuff on hand to ride it out. But, seeing as this is a game, and I'm not entirely sure if this is pre or post Black Plague, I don't think that a pandemic's really going to be in our area of issues, so I think we can totally get away with it. So that'll keep the animals fat and happy. Right, speaking of animals and fat and happy, we got 3 new goslings, all of whom are male. That is unfortunate. I'm actually going to sell off all but one right now. For less money, admittedly, but that will free up their slot for more breeding. The pigs still didn't breed. It's been 4 3/4 years. Come on, guys. Hey, these 2 are adults now. We can move them back over. Excellent. We move the sheep and we move the ram, right? Everybody's in the right, yeah, everybody's in the right one. Okay. So yeah, they're not ready to harvest yet. They're brand spanking new. We're gonna have to buy pigs. We don't have a choice now. If they're not gonna breed, we gotta do something. At the very least, we need another male. We're probably gonna grab another male and female, though, to be completely honest. The calculations for breeding are done based on male to female ratio. So the calculation is done for the female with I believe it's 15% for non-mount animals per male. So if you have 2 males and 1 female, it does the calculation twice, and you have a 15% chance each time to get a baby. So it is possible to have 2 babies with 2 males and 1 female. Doesn't happen very often, but it is a thing that can happen because of the way the calculations run. But if you have 2 males and a bunch of females, then each female gets 2 checks. So it's actually beneficial. The only reason that doesn't really play a part with the mount animals, and why I believe they increase the ratio, is because the mount animals only can hold 4 in their stables, whereas everybody else has got significantly more space. So, but with the mounts, it's a 20% chance per male. So for instance, if we don't immediately sell this male when these 2 are adults, we'll have 2 checks for a colt or filly from this female. So we'll probably wait a season, at least, to see if they will breed faster before selling Winnie and mounting up on Stevie. Our iron run done. Because we will be turning all of the excess iron into knives and selling off a bunch here very shortly. But also, I told her it was not my problem, and it actually was my problem because she did not have the tools. Just glad I checked before we got too far. Iron, psych, iron. And more money. Well, we're up to 450,000, and we haven't even been able to go on a sale run yet, so that's fantastic. Alright, let's head up to that mine and get some, get some iron, and we'll make a bunch of knives off the iron that they have that's excess, and the iron that we're going to grab. And then we can go on another sale run. I don't know that we're going to get as far as we did last time, because we're not going to have nearly as much in seeds for sale, obviously. We do have some seeds for sale, but it's not going to be enough. Alright, so there's arm 1 done. We are over halfway done, because arm 2 is much shorter. So we are over halfway done with our mine run. I don't think I'm going to fool with the other mine. I don't like its layout. I really, really don't. I would like to, at some point, get the mine that we had in Season 1 up and running as well, though, because we do know that one's layout, and I feel like that would be another boon to our iron gathering. But that is for a later time. Preferably once we have the second village up and running and staffed. That would be the time to initiate a second mine, or a third mine, rather. Oh. There we go. So there's an extra 38 on top of what we've already got. I figure we've got probably 50 knives that we can make off of this, which is going to take us a long way. It's not going to take us all the way, but it's going to take us a long way. I also want to make us some extra vials to go with us for the filler. For when people don't have enough coins for another knife because they are super expensive. And then we need to remember when we hit Rolnica that we need to buy an extra pig or 2. Which is going to suck because that money is removed from circulation when you buy animals. Because you purchase the animal at the animal, not at the vendor. So the vendor doesn't get that money. It just disappears into the ether. Which really sucks when we're trying to hit 1 million. But it is what it is. We need it to stay self-reliant. So it is. We're just going to have to suck it up. Once everybody is level 10, then we can really sit down like we did earlier and figure out what everything needs to be rolling at to keep it going. Because once everybody's 10, their skills won't change, which means the values aren't going to change anymore. Happiness might shift it a little bit, but it's going to be negligible. Because their happiness is going to be pretty stable at that point because they'll be doing a job that they enjoy. 2? We'll leave 2. 2 should be fine. Small biker baskets we'll leave behind. The hats. Do we episode? So I honestly don't know that we're going to make it all the way around. I don't think that we have 50 grand worth of goods this time. Because we don't have all of the flax seeds, nor do we have a crap ton of caps. But we should make a pretty serious dent here. I'm hoping... What are we at money-wise? Yeah, I don't know. I was hoping that we would hit 500,000 today, but I don't know that it's going to happen.
It was nice seeing you.
Aw, that guy was pleasant. His voice sounds like he'd be a crotchety old man, but he was actually really nice. I like being surprised that way. We're going to quick save just in case these guys respawned. It looks like these ones didn't, but we will see about the ones closer to the village up there. We may have to make a quick detour home to sleep the night. Oh, I guess we could always make a campfire. I keep forgetting that we can make campfires to sleep. I don't know why. It's just not a thing that I ever really do. Usually, by the time the first night rolls around, I've already got my house up, so it's sleeping at a campfire is not really a necessary thing. And I am a homebody in real life, so, you know, I would much rather sleep in my own bed. Wow. Okay, the knives were perfect for her. Alright, now let's see about Pig Lady. I want to check her money, because I'm pretty sure when we buy animals that the money disappears into the ether. But I want to make sure before I make an ass out of myself that that was accurate information. So we've got her down to 0.2 coins. We're going to go buy a male and a female pig. I think the vials are still our heaviest crap. Yep. Okay, so the male is 1801, so is the female. Bye. Into the pigsty you go. I did not realize how cheap pigs are. I thought they were much more than that. I am okay with that. That expense was not nearly as bad as I was thinking. That was only like 2 villages worth. IH. We want to take these. No, not drop. Take them. There we go. So the wooden vials are back on us. Now let's make sure that she is still at, what was it, like 0.6 or something?
Hello there. Only the best products
Yeah,
here.
0.2. Yep. So yeah, the money for the pig purchases is just gone into the ether. It has been removed from the system. I was not full of crap on that one. Alright, what did that actually give us? Oh, that was survival tech! Okay. Noted. So, mushroom treatment quest. Definitely accept. The one where they say that they don't feel well. Because that is actually tech points. Although, it's tech points towards the fishing hut, so we really don't care. But, if you aren't to where we are in the tech tree, it's actually worth the time. Well, now I don't feel as bad about accidentally picking up that quest. Excuse me. Alright, time for dinner and a camp. And then, so as not to leave a bunch of detritus, I don't know if these disappear on their own or not, but I don't want to chance it. So I don't want to leave campfires all across God's green earth because I don't want to drag down performance. My computer is not the best. Which, with the addition of this new gainful employment that I have found, I am hoping to be able to upgrade my computer here in the relatively near future, which means I might actually be able to stream Icarus at some point. I very much enjoy the game, and it does have a fairly steep learning curve,
It's nice
but, no, I'm not bringing you food. But it, my computer can handle playing it just fine, but it can't handle playing it and streaming it. It has a mini aneurysm. So, hopefully, getting a new one,
only the best products here.
once I start getting some of that sweet, sweet income, will help that issue. Yeah, it's just hard to justify upgrading my computer right now because I'm not monetized, I'm not making money doing this, and I don't have income. So prior to getting this job, that was not a thing I was even considering because I like to eat and I like to have a roof to sleep under. But that will hopefully change here very shortly. It'll probably take a few weeks, maybe even a month to get set again, and then I want to get my savings back up to where they were before I became unemployed. And then I can actually start buying frivolous things. And they're just going to be out of bowls. And the smithy is out of iron? Yes. Because we have 3 miners that are out as well. So this is unfortunately going to be a thing until some of these moms come back to work. It's season 1 all over again. We are in that particular stage of the playthrough. We are at year 7, and everybody and their brother, or mother in this particular case, has a child. Either on the way or that they are currently caring for, so that's fantastic. Thankfully, it'll all ease in about 4 years when everybody's had 2 kids and can't have any more. At least until the kids are adults, then we're going to go through it all again. So we still had 1 vendor that we didn't actually get to in Gustovia. And then we've got... And that's actually, that would have been the end of the run anyway, because we don't normally hit Jezreka or Hornica. The only time that we hit them was last season because we had... I forgot the shit in our house. Oh my god, we still have more stuff to sell. We still have a lot more stuff to sell. But I want to take them with us just in case, because I want to make sure that we at least clean out the rest of Gustovia. As that'll be our normal, that's part of our normal loop. So at least we'll get the full loop there. Just not the odd ones out down below. Which kind of sucks, because Hornica's really got some money. They have a lot of vendors there. It's basically the capital of the valley. Even though the Castellan lives in Castovia. There's more money and more vendors in Hornica. We're going to go insulate instead. And see about that quest for the hunting tools. To see if we get any kind of tech points off of that. Because I was under the impression that we did not, and have been acting thusly for quite a while, and it's been so long since we checked that I honestly don't remember if it does or not. So we found out that the sickness quest, where they get you to get a bunch of mushrooms and stuff, actually does give you survival tech points, so we don't actually need them anymore. We're not to the end of the tree, but we're not doing a fishing hut at all, so getting Fishing Hut 2 unlocked isn't really a priority for us, but it does give survival tech points if you guys need it. If you haven't got the Herbalism 2 shack unlocked yet or anything. Ta-da! Enjoy, lady. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 houses left here, I think. Yep, just 6. And we've got almost enough for the next one, so we are well on our way to being to the point that I was talking about. Now, I think it's building tech that we, or production tech that we need to get the tavern. Yep. So we still need 1100 on that, but we're cooking with fire on that one. We're moving right along. The farming tech, I think, is for the windmill. Yep. How close are we on that? So we only need 400 for that, and that's going to double our rye production. We might actually hit that at the beginning of spring because of the processing of all of the rye. Hell, we might get it before we even start processing the rye. Clearing 3 fields is going to give us a shit ton. Alright. Lack some equipment, sure. Oh, she only wants a stone knife. Okay, that's no biggie. And it's not. There is no tech points from this, so if the hunters tell you they need tools, just ignore them. It's really not worth the effort. They're going to give us some fur, and we basically either use fur for rugs or for selling directly to vendors because it's not worth crap. And why does my HUD randomly disappear when I pick up some of these quests? At least she only wants 1 knife this time. Usually they ask for a bunch. Like 3 or so. So if your HUD disappears, like mine just did, there are 2 ways that you can get it back. You can come in here and hide and unhide HUD in the escape menu, or you can just hit H. As that is a thing. The first time it happened to me, it took me forever to figure it out, but that is a thing that is relatively easy to fix, provided you know about it. Alright, so we got our insulation done. We could help with the fields, but I really don't feel like it. They've got it well in hand. You do not look pregnant, lady. You are probably the thinnest pregnant woman I have ever seen. You need to go eat more. We want healthy children in this village. Low infant mortality rate, yes? You know, these do look more modern, but I actually prefer the cobblestone look of the houses prior to insulating. I think they look better before you insulate than they do after you've insulated them. And that makes me sad, because we can't not insulate them. The benefits are just too good. But I really, really wish that we didn't have to. That we could keep that initial look. And we probably could with mods, but I don't want to mod a game that I'm streaming, because that's going to change things, and I want you guys to know exactly what we're dealing with. I do play games with mods, but usually not, oh, that's fur. But usually not, things like that. I'm more prone to use visual mods than I am to use game mechanic changing mods, depending on the game. There are some games like Minecraft, yeah, you mod the shit out of Minecraft, because that game's boring as hell if you don't. But other survival type games, I don't want to accidentally break the balance of the game and make it too easy. So I have a tendency to just avoid modding in general. I'm not against it, it's just not a thing that I normally go out of my way for. Alright, let's see what we're putting points into this time around. Let's see, we've got Tracker, we've got Steady Hand, those are the two most important. Steady Hand because I'm terrible, and that helps account for it. Careful Hunter gets us more materials. We like that. Slower durability, loss of weapons would be fantastic, but I think faster bow drawing is going to be more important. The stamina would be nice, but the faster drawing for when shit goes belly up, I think that'll help more in the long run. So we got 24 leather so far. Now there is an achievement for getting, I think it's 12 spears stuck into an animal at the same time while it's still alive. I've never actually gotten that one, and I don't know if we can with the iron spears. I think even a bear would go down. Also, anything that's going to be strong enough to tank 12 spears is, maybe it's not 12, maybe it's less than that. I know it's several though, it's a ridiculous number. But anything that's going to be able to tank that many hits is probably going to be hostile, and you're probably not going to have a good time. We'll do a bit more enthusiastic hunting tomorrow, I think, while we waste away our last day of fall, and then we can go on another bit of a money grind, because it'll be a new season and they will have more money, and we will take it from them as well. I was really hoping we'd hit 500,000 a day. We made it very, very close, but we didn't quite make it all the way. I'm hoping that on season change, because we only really need, well, we only actually need 12,000. So on season change, we will definitely hit 500,000. 500,000. Which is well before the 9-year target that we were looking at. And that makes me very, very happy. I completely forgot to strip the horse. Alright. So we will dink around next episode doing some hunting just to waste what is left of this season, and then we will harvest the rye and produce that should give us enough. Harvesting might do it, give us enough to get our windmill built, so that is going to be a huge excitement for next episode as well. So we only need 400 tech points and we get about 500 a season, so we should for sure be able to put up that windmill this season. I think we're actually going to wind up putting it down here on the end, though, to even out the sides here. On this village. On the other village, I think we're going to put it closer to the fields. But I already have plans back here, because we've got the animals there, we've got houses here and here, and I want the tavern here. So it's not going to be able to be super close to the fields, unfortunately, in this village. But the other village, it will be up against the fields, because we have a much smaller section for the animals. So, but yeah, next episode we will likely get the windmill, and we will likely hit 500,000. So that's exciting. But today we're pretty much done for the day. So if you guys learned anything useful, or if you had a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. But either way, you guys have a fantastic rest of your night, and thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.